why did you leave Jamaica to go to Trinidad and or Barbados? I don't know how long you stayed in each country, but
Barbados was what happened. Barbados was right after I did graduate college.
Okay.
And I was living in Miami, and then I wanted to bring the company back to the Caribbean, and just based on who I was closest to business-wise at the time, they had recommended Barbados. Came back from Barbados, did a few rounds in Antigua, couple of the islands, and then I think the call to Trinidad was strong because I'm also a journalist as well. I write for a brand called Caribox. Senior art director at Caribox for about 4 or 5 years now. And a lot of my strongest readership, I think, my readership numbers are about at probably 77,000, written maybe 115 articles now in my career. And most of those articles were based on somebody in Trinidad or from Trinidad. Yeah. So we just saw that my readership was strong there. So I think the call to Trinidad first came through my journalism. A lot of my relationships, the friendships that I formed that ended up turning into business and other things, it was really through Caribox and just being a writer. You know what I mean? So it's after, they got onto the whole me doing music and me being a DJ, and all of that came after. Yeah. The writing. So it's funny too how different skills can open different doors. My journey in this whole entertainment thing is a weird one. I start off, I do it for so long, and I could have just stick with a mindset and say, yo, artist thing alone, may I do, which, I see a lot of artists make that mistake, but I want to tell every creative out there's no shame in diversifying your creativity. You know what I mean? Because you never know what go open which door. Like I've worked across 7 different industries in my life, and I'm not an old man. So like fashion, music, insurance, banking, like so many different industries. You know what I mean? And you just never know which one will open which door.
Definitely millennials are not keeping with the older generation or the previous generation before us, where them just find one job and
stick to it,
and sticking with it till them dead.
I think some of the should say younger artists, but uprising artists who try to pursue this is like them afraid because them hear the whole adage say, yo, don't have a plan B, put all in a plan A. So them have this mindset say, yo, this have to work. It's have to work. Even when all the signs that tell them say, yo, this cannot work. It's not working. Try something else. Try to diversify. And then feel like diversifying and go take away from what them really want.
Yo, I know the feeling. I've been through it. I remember, alright, I go from Eva Hype in high school. Coming out of high school, people would have had so many like high expectations, thinking this guy was gonna be boom boom, that fade away now. Oh, him wash up thing, like, I want to see him, you're lame. Up to when I say, you can't, So I've been through all of those phases, but every single time I was written off in one way, I was blessed with the foresight and, of course, the talent for strike back in the next way.
Right.
You see me, I say? And I've just kept that mentality in everything that I've done. So
but did any of that fall from the naysayers? You going into other fields?
In terms of like, because them tell me say I couldn't do it, maybe try something else. No, it wasn't. It was just more acknowledging the truth. Like, yo, dog, this now work. And sometimes those are the hardest conversations for have with yourself. But then you have to look at measuring what work mean. Like, we know what it mean for popular and the popularity not turning into revenue. That's, to me, that's not working. You get me? I say, if it's just a case where you want to go in and we all have our needs. I'm not saying this in a condescending way, but if it's just a case where you want to go in a party and two brown and look on you and you feel recognized and that's your idea of success, fine, that's cool for you. But me didn't know the level where I want to reach just from a stability standpoint, from an economic standpoint. I wasn't seeing that out of music just yet. And that don't mean say my time may not come. I'm still very confident that artistically.
And you're young?
Like me not put them dreams there aside, but I've gone on to build a couple businesses. I'm a CEO of a multinational company. And I have a lot going for me that maybe not related to music, but it all filter back in. So when the time come now to hit the big red button, you know that big red button.
Right, so it's like
to them hide from you.
Yeah, to launch the missiles.
When I time to hit the big red button, where I can do it. You know what I mean?
Downtime, like what kept you motivated, or what inspired you to start?
Well, I had a lot of mental health issues. I'll be very transparent about that. Because, and it's something we talk about. You see this mentality of the boss, is a very dangerous thing. You know what I mean?
I choose still.
I more look at it like build a build a wall, build a legacy, build something where brick by brick by brick by brick you can look back on your life and you can say how this thing has benefited it. The character that music has given me, the ability to deal with criticism, the ability to be disciplined. You know, have 5 albums out for artists who never ever bust or really never, and have 5 albums out. So
5?
So just the discipline to sit down and make 5 albums, that has transcended into me, you know, being a decent businessman and can do, because you just develop that discipline.
You did that independently, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm.
I mean, I talk about the same from Music and Her with Lovers Go. All of those come, I just count all of them. You see me? Yeah, 5 of them, 6 of them, and it's just like at the end of the day, maybe them know. And maybe, you know, my story might be everything happening in the inverse, or maybe we get one song, hold on, hit, and everybody gonna start listening about them 5 of them. Who knows? You know what I mean? I don't know, at this point, I don't know what God I got bless me with, but I just hope my story can be an inspiration for say, don't watch the way it forward, but it can still forward if you're open and willing for putting different type of work.
And I think that's special too, because you know, you talk about your company, which is High Esteem, is a marketing agency, right?
Marketing.
And you say it's a multinational, so it's not, you said that it was in Miami, but then you realized that you could bring it to Barbados, and then you carry Trinidad
Jamaica,
and Antigua and all those places. So it's just like, I mean, and we have conversations off air, and it's like how it's like it's the connections are important to you, and you realize that's what's valuable to you in your journey to music. You realize that you could do other things. So it's like most people would miss that opportunity, as Nara mentioned, that most people would be laser focused on the goal at hand. So how are you able to not miss the opportunity and say, you know what? And I mean, I guess you say it is necessity.
You have to just read yourself to where you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me did always have a vision for my life in terms of, I know I always would have love for travel, me I love to see the world, me I love to have certain experiences. If my find say X now fire by X time, then we just like
so that's it. So you put timelines on your
Well, yeah, because
goals?
I was young and impatient. Remember, say my first album come out me at 16. Right? Music and Her Lovers Go that come out 16, 17. So I'm very young, and just like most young people, very impatient, very entitled, and feel like, I want this now, this have to work now. You see me? And a lot of my mental health issues in my late teens, early 20s was from that mentality of feeling like,
if
me no boss, me no work, me no work. And then now on a broader sociological perspective now, as a young black man who is not a scammer, not busting a gun, you know, wasn't the best baller, maybe could have do a thing, but you know,
I can really.
what am I worth if me no boss? And those were more the deeper issues where kind of make me look on this thing and like, no, my whole world can't tie up in this thing. It's still a human, so what if me never boss? Me is not a decent human being.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm trying to figure out, you talk about the mental health, but I'm assuming it's depression and anxiety.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like severe depression and anxiety. I don't know if you want to share how deep it was, but to able to bring yourself up out of that dungeon to say, well, you know what, let me pivot. Like, I mean, that's it. Like, how were you? Who was the one that bring you and say, yo, like, all right, let's focus on the High Esteem and do this, or you know?
Well, I can't take credit for it. Some at different phases in your journey, if you listen, you gotta go put the right people in your life where you get the message where you need at the right time. God always, to me, faithful in that particular way. Now, whether you choose to listen to those individuals, because they're gonna come in different times, and it's usually the most unexpected.
True.
You know? So at different times.
Oh, you recognize it, God.
Well, and I not even like even get too on the topic there, because I have people, you know, who maybe agnostic.
No, and it shouldn't even be God.
That,
yeah,
you know?
I'm just like, how you know it's like this is the message that you needed to hear. That's
because you feel things when you hear things that you need to hear. You feel something. You know what I mean? Whether it's for say, boy, it resonate, them would have said, or whatever. But yeah, man, when something fit, just like, you know, pastor give a word and you know, say, crush your can. And him say certain things and you know, say, boy, you him a talk about. You know, call your name, but
Yeah.
the same idea. You know, our teacher says something in class and say,
There's no set time.
you have too much opinions. And you know, say, I already teacher.
Hey.
Or whatever.
There are certain times when people just can give you a word and you just pre-say from God, man, because you just pre go on their life.
The time.
At that time, at that moment in time, I say, yeah, man, this time, and this sent from not necessarily that person. Because more often than not, the person even know what you really are going through.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
I must something else. I bring that word that to me, man.
We're vessels, you know. We're just vessels. Yeah, man.
So I mean, you're able to pivot. So I mean, High Esteem is a marketing company.
Yeah, so it have 3 parts to it.
Yeah.
So it have a business development side. That's where we deal with like mostly the corporate companies and stuff. And then we have an artist development side, which is the side of the brand, which obviously I'm the most proud of. So the artist development platform, that we've worked with some really, really great artists this year. You know, but what we really do for artists is, you know, kind of help them to spew a different creative direction. So for example, when we work with Idonia and Weedo Regular, you know, he was really at a place in career where visually he just wanted to try something different. You know what I mean? Was like, yo, bro, but see the way you deal with your thing, more show people.
Your company work with Idol. I'm just want to get this clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I directed Weedo Regular.
Yeah.
Video. That song was produced by Jade's Wicked Record. We directed, produced, and cast that project. Christopher Martin, Goodness of God, just hit 1 million views, I think last week. That's another project that we would have produced and directed. But once again, a perfect example of him going in a new direction. He was like, bro, you know, doing this song for my mom. I feel like, yo, I'd love to see if you could put a visual together for it. Boom, boom, boom. And then Cartel video for Carman. That was another one that we worked on as well. So that's a...
Carman, which one that?
Yeah, I love Carman. DJ Chrome. Which walk foot? Nah, man. Yeah, man.
You know me, I remember. Carman, you know, family apart. I'm like,
Yeah,
nigga, you in high school. How you put
But that was like a part of that song.
yeah.
So yeah, so that's the artist development platform. And then I think what we're probably most known for is definitely the talent side, the models, the influencers.
Right.
Which we have a very strong hold in Trinidad as well.
Because I know, like, I had to link your from what I gathered is like the costumes, like the people who do the costumes and the makeup. You sent us to a location and I saw like the costumes. And I'm like,
house,
yes. I'm like, oh, like this is your place. I'm like, oh, it's like where they shoot the costumes them and all the people that would have come to do that. But and again, it just speaks to the connection that you've made, like where you realize that, you know what, let me open myself up to the idea of doing more. And I think that's
culture. Like for me, the thing when we grow for, as you learn more about yourself, you realize we're motivated different. When you're 17, you just want to sing Forget Some Girl. Like, let's be honest. You see me? I said, after you go through certain things and you have certain
enough of them you tell sing for bitches.
There's nothing wrong with that. You see me?
Enough of them name did I get no bitches and now them start get bitches. Them whole world change.
And that's fine. Everybody should have that experience. You know
that's
what I mean?
Pathetic.
But as you grow up, as you mature, you realize things about yourself.
Is it? It's pathetic.
Oh, it's pathetic.
I mean,
like your whole life is centered around just trying to get vagina.
Well, you see this? you see the
superiority, okay.
In the room.
Female superiority.
Yeah.
It says a lot, you know, about our society.
That's pathetic.
But yeah,
that's why they get.
But as you grow older, realize, yo, we just love culture.
I have no firepower for real, man.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just learn, you know, you learn things about yourself and realize that the culture I love the most. I love Caribbean culture, bro. I love Latin culture. You see how long me been a preach about reggaeton, boom. When I biggest dancer rhythm for the year, clearly, undeniably off our reggaeton beat.
Which one, Big Bong?
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you even check by the archives of my interviews here on this platform, I've been preaching those things. Yo, reggaeton, Spanish thing.
Yeah.
Is it really fair to say that?
Me I try Big Bong, so me I try to see it on my head to be
because
honest.
them don't take from we anyway. So.
No, and that's fine. That's
totally
fine.
Yeah, me I try to figure out, like, me I try to hear this.
But just I said, I've just been one of the people who always have a lobby for cultural integration for a while. I think I could
that's
feel
true.
so.
Girl, hold on. Take jam, girl, hold on. Say, good girl, hold on. Take jam, girl, hold on. Say, good girl, hold on. Slow down, girl.
The older I get, the colder I get. Feels like the world is on my shoulders, I guess.
Sweet life this, second quote in my farm. Me no eat money, 8 million at the bank. Down in the lane, could be in our rank. Girl, I get my brain, yeah, so she brilliant.
Empty words not take what gas me. So when the thing them rise a black I speak